Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Berseria. I'm Drunken Dan. Last time we fixed we fixed Velvet. That was the episode before the last one. And then we fought a dragon, and Laviset punched a fucking nerd in the face. This time we need to go and kind of just relax.
I'm glad you didn't win that bet, Magilou.
Sure, you're glad, but what witch would be happy at losing? And you pampered Velvet like crazy. It's your fault I lost.
Really? I don't remember doing anything.
Nope, wasn't us.
Staying out of it is just as bad. If you don't throw salt or sugar into an open wound, you're guilty of being too nice. I lost the bet because of you. You owe me.
In that case, let us get in on the action. Let's make another bet.
Oh, I'm listening.
I'll bet 10,000 gold that Velvet cracks.
Oh.
I'll make that same bet. 10,000.
Uh-huh. Hey, wait a minute! You both know that I'm the one who wants to bet that she cracks.
Then you should have spoken up first.
We can call the whole thing off if you want.
No. What kind of gambler would I be if I back down now? I'm afraid I have to take that bet. I hereby bet 10,000 that Velvet doesn't crack. What's so funny?
For someone so stubborn, you can be surprisingly cute sometimes.
You're calling a witch cute? That's slander! You both owe me the money you bet as reparations!
I forgot about that line. I'm sorry. I'll go back to playing the game. Oh, fuck. Oh yeah, they just rest in the inn. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Oh yeah, there's the thing right there. Fuck.
So, should I think of you as my sister?
I'm a Moloch named Ceres. I've inherited Celica's memories, that's all.
And that doesn't make you the same person?
What exactly defines a person's identity? I may have her body and her memories, but...
You're right. If your soul has changed, you're not the same person anymore.
Even if I were Celica, I don't have the right to be called your sister. I followed Artorius' orders without question, sacrificing my own flesh and blood.
What about me? I devoured you. I have no right to condemn you for what you've done.
There's a difference, Velvet. I wanted you to do it. Even had I survived, I would have given myself to you before long. I wanted you to have my power, no matter the cost.
But why?
Right after the Advent, Celica's memories returned to me. It was then I understood what exactly it was I had done. Arthur, kind and caring, transformed into the cruel Artorius he is now.
Why did your memories return?
I don't know. I've heard that very rarely Malachim can regain the memories of their previous lives. Or perhaps this is my punishment for the pain I brought to you all. The stronger I feel my love for Arthur, the less I can forgive Artorius. My hatred of him has grown so deep, I'm not Celica anymore. As Ceres, I can never bring back the Arthur that I loved. Neither do I have the power to defeat Artorius. But you can. You're a Therian. You fully absorbed my power. You can face the Shepherd.
I know. I will stop him.
Forgive me, Velvet. I've pushed everything onto you. My hatred, my determination. I wanted to apologize one last time, at the end.
I'm glad I had a chance to know you. I'm glad that once I could be Laufey's sister. And Celica and Arthur's sister as well. I was happy.
Velvet.
Should you be up so soon?
Yeah, but...
Stay back! It's finally come to this. But of course it did. After all, I chose my revenge over a world of peace. I can't complain if people call me the Lord of Calamity.
Velvet, whether you're human, demon, or Lord of Calamity, it doesn't change that you have beautiful hair.
Laffy said the same thing to me a long time ago. He gave me this comb.
Your heart, I can tell it aches.
Yes. But even still, no. Because of that, I've made up my mind. I'm going to settle things with Artorias and Innominat, once and for all. It must be done. For my sake, and for the sake of those I loved.
I will too. Even without my compass, I'll place my hand on the wheel and chart my own course.
I will defeat Artorias. But if I kill Innominat, Laffy and me and the other Therians, they'll all...
A compass.
Eisen! Why the hell didn't you say something?
Calm down. You were passed out at the time, okay?
I'm going. I've got to stop him!
What's going on?
We got a message from the Von Eltia.
That's great. Is everyone okay?
Yeah, for now.
Huh?
While Benwick and the others were making their getaway, they got word that Eifried was spotted in Endgand. They said they're on their way to Lionel Island to meet him.
That has to be...
Yes, a trap. No doubt set by that horned demon, who may even be Eifried himself.
Eifried is a demon? Are you serious?
I said may.
Let's head to Lionel Island. Whoever it is, it's a lead. Besides, we can't afford to lose the Von Eltia.
How will we get there? Zavid probably sailed off with the ship we came in on.
We'll steal one from the harbor. I may be a calamity, but I'm frugal.
I ain't fucking paying for shit. I'll just steal it.
Curse it all. If only I'd noticed sooner.
I'll run about. I'll steal it. No one will ever
Prince
know.
Percival safely made it back to the capital. The Abbey used everything they had to rescue him.
I heard he was kidnapped by the Lord of Calamity. So if they got him back, that demon must be...
Dead, along with all of her gang. That's what a friend of mine in the Royal Army told me anyway.
The Abbey's propaganda at work again, I see.
We're finally safe! Hurrah!
Hold up. From what I hear, no one knows if the Lord of Calamity actually gave up the ghost. Her hideout got destroyed, but some say she managed to escape.
What makes them think she escaped?
Fishermen from Port Renid saw a fleet of Abbey ships near that island that's rumored to be a prison. Just a little bit later, they saw a pirate ship speeding away from the area where the Abbey ships were headed.
Well, that was definitely us. Guess it isn't that easy to hide the truth.
There was some talk a while ago about prisoners' bodies washing up on shore at Port Renid. So that story sounds plausible, at least.
It does. And here I thought I was safe. So where did the Lord of Calamity go?
The Abbey needs to get their act together and put that monster down already.
Go ahead. Talk all you like.
Yeah, I wonder where the Lord of Calamity could be. Children, have you seen the Lord of Calamity? Where is she? Speak up if you have seen her. Okay, let me hit the other dialogue.
An Abbey ship heading toward the Sea of No Return. I wonder what they're doing.
They've made that whole area off limits. The guild got an order from the Abbey telling us to stay away.
They're being nice and careful, and taking precautions to keep the secret of Hexen Isle just that.
Yeah, but order or not, no one here is stupid enough to try to sail there.
It's said that compasses go dead, and monsters from the deep appear to swallow ships whole. Whatever the case, ships really have sailed there to never return. Everyone knows that the Sea of No Return is bad news.
Come to think of it, I heard a ship from some other town strayed into those waters and got attacked by a dragon.
A dragon? You sure they didn't just get a bad case of the Corsair Scourge and dream up the whole thing?
Well, that was my reaction, but then again, the Abbey did tell everyone to stay away, so something must be there. Whatever it is, we'd all best leave it be.
The Sea of No Return. What a poetic name.
For the Malachim taken there, that poem is a tragic one.
Everywhere the Abbey sets foot ends up the same.
Not wrong. So, I think I will do... So, I did come to a decision on the side stuff. I think I'll poke around with some of it. Maybe not all of it, because I am playing Vesperia. Though Vesperia plays very differently, as I mentioned in the last recording. Anyway, let's steal a boat! Grand Theft Auto... Oh, wait, no. Grand Theft Naval. There we go.
How about this one? The hull looks sturdy, and I don't see anyone aboard.
You're surprisingly into this.
Maybe you've got a criminal streak in you after all.
What? No,
What do you think, Eisen?
She'll do. Let's take her.
Alright, time to steal a boat. Meager... I can't remember, is there a cutscene for this? I like how they got the fucking paladin to scope out a boat. Like, of all fucking people, like, yeah, let's get the fucking paladin to do it. Meanwhile, in the open seas...
Eisen, everything alright?
We're almost at Lionel Island, all thanks to this ship. She's got a good compass.
Yeah.
If only my inner compass held as steady. From the first moment I laid eyes upon that demon, I think I knew it was Ifrid. But some part of me refused to accept it.
That's because you're Ifrid's friend, don't you think? After all, he taught you that the Reaper's curse was part of you, part of your creed.
We were lost at sea once. 20 straight days we floated together, close to death. And all he says is, you sure know how to liven up an adventure.
He sounds like an incredible person.
You did the same thing for Velvet, you know.
Only because you taught me how, Eisen. Your wheel is yours to hold, right?
That's right. That's what it is to live by one's...
Look, it's Lionel Island.
Not good. The Von Eltia's already there. We're too late.
Eleanor! What's going on? What happened? Horn's demon attacked us out of nowhere!
They're breathing. Barely.
Zavid rushed here to save us. Had he not come when he did, we'd all be dead.
This is all because I hesitated.
Where'd they go? Zavid lured the beast away, towards the interior.
Let's go.
Well, isn't this just fucking swell? At least nobody's dead this time. Fuck. One thing I learned from playing Vesperia, and my voice just cracked there, that was fun, is that, honestly, I forgot that the older Tales games were actually a bit harder. This one's fairly easy in comparison. So I don't use healing items nearly as much in this game as I do in, Vesperia. Well, Vesperia also has the TP, fucking system, basically like magic or skill points, where this doesn't really have that. It's also an older RPG where, like, For those of you who played like some older ones, where it has like a whatchamajig, it has that thing where save points will give you full health. It has that old mechanic, which actually surprised me because I forgot all about that, because that was like I said, that was an old thing that games used to do, where they would heal you at save points, like give you all your magic and all your I mean, not every game did it, but a lot did it back then. Like, Final Fantasy did that. I don't know if Final Fantasy still does that. They might. I don't fucking know. Honestly, I don't really care all that much. Because this was something I said on Twitter not too long ago. I realized that, honestly, Final Fantasy games as a whole really aren't that well written. Like, there's only maybe, like, 2, possibly 3 that are well written. Maybe 3, 4. You know, that I can, even if I like them, that I can look at you and say, yeah, that game's pretty well written. And I think they would be 9, 6, and Tactics. I think those are the only ones that are written decently. Like, 7's okay. Like, if I'm gonna, you know, talk about the writing for a second.
Is that demon really Ifried?
Eisen would know better than anyone, so I'd take it as a fact.
But I thought when people have a strong will like you and Kurogane, they don't lose themselves upon becoming a demon. From how Eisen talks about him, I'd say his strength of will should be considerable.
Even if you don't lose yourself, a demon is a demon. When you change, you're no longer human. I don't remember how I felt as a human, but I bet the human me would have thought I'm a real monster.
But would the old part of Ifried allow him to be so obedient to the Abbey?
No. He didn't seem to be following Melchior of his own free will. I imagine Melchior's illusory arts are at play.
Like what we saw at Loringen in a ball? Is that enough to control a demon?
They would seem so. But more importantly, someone with a psyche resilient enough to impress Eisen should be extraordinarily hard to turn into a demon.
So Melchior must be using a particularly nasty illusion, eh?
Ifried, Eisen, please be okay. We have to hurry. Zavid's all alone.
Well, he's not exactly an ally. He's got his own creed. Remember the White-Horned Dragon? He might try to protect Ifried.
So Eisen might too, right? This is Ifried we're talking about, so...
He's a demon now. He's not Eisen's old buddy anymore.
Even if we can't bring him back to being human, there has to be something we can do to make him... himself again.
If he's a demon, he'll never be himself again. He attacked Benwick and the rest of his crew. The old Ifried's gone.
So... what does Eisen plan to do?
I don't know. That's up to him. Worst case, we might have to fight him too. It's best you prepare yourself for that possibility.
But...
Okay. Oh yeah, I was talking about... Oh, hold on. I should, I want to keep Eisen in, but I don't have a lot of magic here. You know what? I love you, Eleanor. But... just for story, I feel like these should be the people in the party. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so, Final Fantasy, so 7, I think is okay. You can feel the staples where they put Aerith into the plot, because she was added in later in the game after, I'm trying to remember the author's name, his mother died. And, you know, I understand that, he was dealing with stuff, so I'm not gonna, like, make fun of it. But that's why, like, her death, that's why she just feels kind of stapled into the plot, because she literally was. Also, I kind of wish they did something to explain how you can die there and not be brought back to life. Because I think, hold on, let me see something, because that's an issue in RPGs in general, but, let's see here. Life bottle. Just as all status ailments. There's a lot of games will refer to it as, like, KO. But, I mean, then again, you can... You know what, that's actually just made me think of something. It's so much easier to bring people back from the dead in, like, video game RPGs than in fucking, like, tabletop ones. Like, in tabletop ones, unless you have a fucking cleric, you pretty much have to, you pretty much have to go to a church and pay for a resurrection. And I have not played with a cleric. So, been a lot of dragging corpses over to a fucking church. But, anyway, back to the Final Fantasy stories. So yeah, 7's not really well written. Well, that's not bad, but it's not the best. It's okay. It's kind of derivative of 6, but, you know, whatever. Let's see here. I don't think I ever played 5. The old ones in general are, you know, kind of dodgy, but they're also old. 8 I enjoy. 8's good until a certain point in the plot where, how was it? It's like right when that point when you fight that lady and everything gets weird, and that's when the plot just kind of falls apart. I will say the character writing's pretty decent, though. Like, the characters are all silly and have weird quirks and drawbacks to them, and it works. They don't feel quite like aliens, like they do in some of the later games, excluding 9. 12 is okay. Not the best. Oh, that's juicy. The fucking graphical glitch there. 12 is alright, like I said. It's got some issues, like, I feel like it would be better if they focused on the actual protagonist, Ash, introduced Vaughn, like, fairly early after, like, the intro, as the person that needs shit explained to, because you still need one of those in these kind of stories. And, I would probably rewrite Fran and Penelo a bit. At least one of them. Probably Fran more so than Penelo, because Penelo doesn't really need as much because, you know, Fran literally has no personality. But yeah, I would focus more on Captain Bosch and Ash, with Vaughn just kind of tagging along. I'm trying to get this thought done, that's why I haven't walked over this barrier yet. And, 13 and 10 are shit shows. I haven't played 15, so I can't really say anything about 15. But yeah, 13 and 10 are just fucking awful. 13 is a mess, and I've mentioned many times, like, what's wrong with that fucking plot. Where, like, they just kinda... You know, I'm gonna fight one of these things.
I'll finish this now.
A lot of the, enemies in 10... Not 10, and 13, a lot of the writing is awful because they didn't really write a plot. Well, no, they had a plot, but then what happened was they decided that they wanted to... Oh, fuck. They decided what they wanted to do instead was, focus attention onto, the lightning because, was it one of the, I think it was one of the artists or something who was really into lightning and put her in the promos up for E3. And because, I've mentioned this a dozen times, you know the story with, where it was supposed to be Vanille, and then they did it, and, like, even if you play the game, it feels like Vanille should be the main character, but isn't, because, I mean, she's also the one that, like, seals herself away to stop the apocalypse, or, like, that whole, well, not the apocalypse, but you know what I mean. So, that's why it feels that way, where it feels like, you know, the wrong character is in the main character boots. Because, excuse me, because that's literally what happened. The wrong character is put into the main character role. But, anyway. So, yeah, the wrong main character, and because of that, because also Vanille would need things explained to her, I think what happened was, because they wanted to focus more on Lightning, they cut a lot of scenes of, like, things being explained to either her or Hopeless. Or Baby Meg Ryan, or Baby Titus, whatever you want to call him. The worst character in the game. But, yeah, so he, so yeah, that's that one's problem. In 10, I know a lot more, so I could make fun of that a lot. In fact, actually, I'm going to give you a fun fact. For one of my class, I had a creative writing class in college, and, one of the things that they had us do was write a critique on a piece of fiction. It could be anything that we chose. It didn't have to be like a game. It could be a game, a book, a movie, a TV show, whatever we wanted. But basically, we had to critique it, and I chose Final Fantasy X. And little did I know, my teacher was also aware of 10 and how fucking bad that plot is. And I got a really good score on my critique of it. I remember in that I referred to I referred to fucking Sin as a flying plot hole generator? Because he is? And on Twitter the other day, I learned that, it only gets worse. No, I want to see areas. Swimwear for Velvet? Okay. Alright, let's take a look at it. I'm not gonna put it on her. Like, if I'm gonna be real with you. I see some people put her back in the braid, but as much as I really like a braid, you know, I feel like she's not... I feel like she is too wild now for it. But actually now in the story I could see her braiding it back up again. But, anyway. I can't see her going back to this shit. Oh. Well, yeah, we're not putting her in a swimsuit. There's part of me that wants to do that, Lavi said, but nah. I wonder if I have any other outfits. Come on. I was hitting the wrong button. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Nah, keep the sleeves. Why do they call it jacketless? It's not even like she's taking off a jacket. She's just taking her sleeves off. Oh, and her books. Don't get the wrong impression. Those are shorts. See, that's another thing I love about, wait, are they all, like, suits? Okay, yeah, it all just looks like a suit. Give Eleanor a suit and let her have her hair down, you fucking cowards. Alright, okay. Let's get on with the actual plot.
Zavid, you alright? Stop. I know these fists. This is Ifrid.
Why didn't you fight back?
Ifrid. She pulled me back from the brink. I owe him. This time, it's my turn to bring him back.
A demon can never be human again.
So what? That's supposed to make me change my creed? What do you think, Ifrid?
Sabid!
Going after kids now? Benwick and your crew risked their lives by your side. Zavid's an idiot, but he stands by his beliefs. I won't let anyone trample their creeds. Even you! I owe you everything, Ifrid. And now, it's time to pay it back!
Are you alright with this, Eisen?
Killing flash!
That was fast. Okoro going right for the fucking jugular vein. Okay. So, oh shit! Oh, fuck! I'm dying, Squirtle. I need Roker. You Eisen. I needed that. Fucking shit! Stop stealing my shit, you it! Fucking dickhead! Mine. It's mine. I earned it. Got him. So, what I was gonna say is, one thing that this game made me, one thing I miss while playing Vesperia is, the mobility of this game. Because, like, you see how, like, I can just zip around? In that game, you cannot really dodge unless you get a weapon that gives you the ability, or you unlock the, ability. Now, they had that, I think that was also the case in, Exilia. I think it was something that became more of a regular mechanic in later games. But, still, it's something that I kind of miss when I play this versus Vesperia. That doesn't mean Vesperia is a bad game or anything like that. I'm not trying to say that, because it is not a bad game. Not in the slightest. Oh wait, I did that too soon. I should have waited until I did a bigger combo. Because that way I could have done like her biggest special where it's like, you think this is hell? I love that move. It's so cool. Actually, I'm going to give you a funny fact. I couldn't figure out how to do Mystic Arts in Exilia, so I played the entire game without a Mystic Art. Oh, nice. I knocked him on his fucking dick. Well, wait, no. He's on his butt. His dick's the other way. I'm a guy. I should know where a penis is. And that's one thing I always think is funny. Whenever guys get really squeamish if you show them a picture of a penis. So, like, I'm straight. But, like, I just think it's funny because it's like, dude, it's nothing you haven't seen. It's literally just a penis. You have one of those. Why are you acting all squeamish right now? Like, we're just beating the shit out of this poor demon boy. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'll take that. He's just stun locked in the corner here. Stunned again. Time to stun him some more. Yeah, stunned again. Stun locking the boss. Was that a fight?
End of the road.
Taking hostages now.
I'm sorry. Just forget about me. I'm prepared for whatever happens.
All right. You've grown. You're a man now. Family, friends, everything I ever tried to hold on to, all of it trickled away, fell from my grasp. But a certain idiot once told me, if you can't hold something in your hand, then make a fist and take it by force. This fist will take everything back. Just like you told me to!
I know this fist. It's you. Sorry. Caused you a lot of trouble, didn't I?
Don't worry about it. We're friends, right?
Ifrid! A demon changed back into a human?
Forget it. It's too late.
I'm sorry. If I only knew how to use my power.
Stop crying. Didn't you say you were prepared for anything?
But Eisen, you were searching for Ifrid for so long.
You're still as soft as you ever were. Boy, I'll let you in on a little secret. Your power comes from being part of Innominat. Which means, if you can seal off his domain, you actually got a chance of putting up a good fight.
Seal off his domain?
The 4 elemental Empyreans sleeping in the earth pulses. If you can rouse them from their slumber. Hurry, while Artorias and Innominat are occupied. They're getting ready for some ceremony of suppression. It's now or never, kid.
Thank you, Ifrid.
I'm just sad I can't go with you. It sounds like a goddamn blast.
I won't apologize.
You shouldn't. I'm grateful. You always kept things from getting to home. If we ever meet again, let's raise some hell. Eisen.
Yeah, we will. See you, Ifrid. I owe you one, Zavid.
We had a chance to bring him back, but you went and killed him. Next time I see you, we'll settle the score between me and your creed.
See you around, Zavid.
So, we need to wake the 4 elemental Empyreans?
But how do we do it?
Dunno. Maybe you tickle their divine footsies with a feather until they...
You're back!
And you're looking better.
Somehow. But what happened to that demon?
We killed him. Benwick. He...
Let me tell him. The rest of you, find Grimoire and ask her about the 4 Empyreans.
Eisen.
Are you sure?
Do it. He gave us this chance. We can't waste it.
Okay.
So, yeah. This story, it goes places, as you can see. Actually, you know what? I kind of like that they don't explain it, but for, like, I was talking about the whole death thing in RPGs, they do actively try to heal the character and show it's like, oh, well, apparently it's too late and this doesn't work now. What the fuck are you doing here? Oh. It's one of the bounties. Have I gotten any of these? Probably not. Oh, I remember that one. Okay, let's start. Let's finish this cutscene. Oh wait, no, still got some time.
Resurrect the elemental Empyreans. True. If we do that, we might be able to suppress Inominat's domain.
It may even liberate the minds of the Malakim that Inominat has under his control.
I'm sure some will no longer obey their exorcists.
Good. We'll take a big bite out of their forces.
More importantly, Inominat will lose the ability to enhance the resonance of his exorcists. Most exorcists will no longer even be able to perceive Malakim at all, just like before. Of course, anyone as innately gifted as me is another story.
Will I become unable to see Laviset?
We won't know until we try.
Eleanor...
Then let's give it a shot. I'll accept whatever happens.
But these elemental Empyreans, they're gods, right? You sure it's okay to disturb their beauty sleep?
They control the 4 elements. Waking them is likely to upset the balance of the world quite a bit.
I'll take that as a no, then.
We don't even know how to revive them. At worst.
If it's anything like the opening, then we need to offer a sacrifice at the Earth Pulse on a Scarlet Night.
We have to kill someone?
The act of killing is not essential to the ceremony. All that's needed is a soul free of malevolence.
If that's true, then doesn't Velvet already have a whole belly full of them?
The exorcists I devoured.
It's perfect! You're a Therian. You're capable of releasing the power you absorb. The souls of the high-ranking exorcists you ate should do nicely.
Use Oscar and Teresa's souls to resurrect the Empyreans?
It's worth a try at least. When's the next Scarlet Night? 3 years after the Advent. In other words, soon.
Do we have enough time? The 4 Empyreans are asleep in different places, right?
Correct. 4 Earth Pulses for 4 Empyreans. But if you use a life pool, you may be able to awaken all 4 at the same time.
A life pool?
Earth Pulses normally flow horizontally, but in exceptionally rare cases, they can flow vertically. This causes energy to collect at the Earth Pulse's base, forming a life pool. Though sometimes the energy flows the other way, upward, into what's called a life spring.
Oh, so if we make use of one of these life pools, a single sacrifice could reach all 4 Empyreans.
Where are they? There's a life pool in the northern reaches of Midgand, but I heard a large temple was built over it recently.
That's the Empyrean throne! We can't go there, it's Inominat's home base!
Ah, most unfortunate.
Couldn't we use a life spring? It all connects to the same place, right? We'll have to go against its flow, but...
We'll force the soul right down its throat.
Where's the nearest life spring?
Our best bet would be Mount Killerhouse.
Eisen?
I'm fine. What's done is done.
Killerhouse? That's the volcano on the northernmost tip of Northgand, but it's a hellscape of ice and lava!
Naturally. Killerhouse is the most powerful life spring there is.
So, in short, we shoved the souls of the exorcists into the molten core of that volcano.
That should awaken the 4 elemental Empyreans. Together, they will seal off Inominat's domain. It's just a theory, but...
It's one I'll put my money on.
Me too.
Then we're off to Northgand. Mount Killerhouse is north of Helives.
Okay, well, let's go to Northgand, I guess. And, as soon as I trigger the next set of cutscenes, I'll end the episode.
The ship's ready to sail. Where are you headed?
We don't have a problem. If you've got a grudge, we can settle it here and now.
Huh? Why would we have a grudge against you guys? The first mate fought like the first mate. The captain died like the captain, right?
I suppose.
Then no swabby here can blame you for what happened. We're Ifrit's pirates, and don't forget it. We're not so pathetic that we need pity from some Lord of Calamity.
All right. The ship's in your hands.
Aye aye. You can count on us.
Stronger men than I.
The Von Eltia looks the same as ever. But it feels utterly different, doesn't it?
Yeah. Even Benwick looked like he'd been crying.
I can imagine. But if we let ourselves despair now, we'd be a disgrace to Ifrit's creed.
We have to swallow our anger and grief, and sail on.
Right. Following a creed isn't always pleasant. We must do what we must.
I won't allow the Abbey to do things like this.
Destroying someone like that. Turning them into a puppet. It's unconscionable.
Still, a heart can never be fully bridled. It can be shattered, but never erased entirely.
Ifrit proved that.
Right. His body is gone, but he lives on through his crew. Magilu is right. What lives in one's heart can never be erased.
Yeah. The heart is eternal.
Yeah. I know I keep saying that, but it just happens. Alright. Let's go to the docks. If I recall, I think something happens on the way there. Because there is at least one more event. I believe, before we get to fight the, well, fight, by fight I mean go to the area and drop all the souls off.
I see. Orichalcum or not, Stormquell snapped like a twig.
I'm afraid so. It was Inominat who did it. But I think Shigure could have done the same.
So hardness alone isn't enough. Forgive me. I thought I had found clarity, but it was only foolish pride.
You should be proud. You are, without a doubt, the greatest swordsmith in the world. I'm looking forward to your next blade.
Even now, you would still place your trust in me?
Of course. Is there any other swordsmith who could craft a blade out of Orichalcum? You're a master of your art. A visionary who spent centuries working to forge a blade of legend. I'm honored to know you.
I don't know what to say.
Unless, of course, you've given up on making a sword to surpass Stormhowl.
Does this look like the face of a man who's given up?
Not in the least.
We're making good time.
The only problem is that ceremony that Arturius was going on about. We don't know how long it'll take.
Ifrid said they called it the Ceremony of Suppression. Most likely, it's how Inominat plans to release his power.
Most likely. He hasn't absorbed Laphicet in your despair, so Inominat should still be incomplete. But if his powers fully awaken...
Humanity will be robbed of their free will!
I can hear them celebrating now. The uglinesses of the human soul are suppressed. And the world is free of malevolence! Hurrah! Hurrah!
Robbing humanity of its will. They'll be like I once was. Something's coming!
Hey, please guys, let's not fight!
This is a domain?
Inominat's domain.
Their wills have been stolen.
It's not been fully sealed away yet. Rokuro, give him a good smacking. Wake him up!
On it.
Aizen!
Got it. We'll put in at the nearest harbor. To Port Zexen!
I feel like some jerk played tug of war with my brain.
Not inaccurate,
Dig
actually.
up some spirit. They're trying to strip away your will.
Oh no! Look! It's that merchant! You're all right!
I do not deserve to be all right. I used people, stepped on them just to make a profit. I even aided wanted criminals so that I could expand my business. My soul is black with ugliness and can never be forgiven.
No, wait! Stop!
The world needs to be purified of malevolence. I don't belong here. I have to die. I have to die. I have to die.
No, it's not right!
Oh!
You can die if you want, but saying you have to die is a good way to make my blood boil.
Those awakened to their own malevolence seek to end their lives. Welcome to Artorias' uncompromising world of reason.
First they steal humanity's rudder, and now they want to say who lives and who dies?
We should find out what's happening here. Unless you'd rather not see.
You're right. I wouldn't. But I won't hide from the truth any longer.
Before anything else, we'll need to confirm just how far his power reaches. Let's head to Logris.
Innominate suppression. Is this the ideal world the Abbey envisions?
Bien! There's no life in anyone's eyes! This isn't a fun place at all! It's not just people's minds being shackled. They're being forced to die, too. It's terrible.
Why would dying be part of anyone's ideal world?
Even under such strict control, new sins can still rise to the surface. If that happens, it's better to end the life of the sinner. Melchior came to the same logical conclusion.
What utter rubbish.
Anyway, we need to get to Logris.
What's going to happen to the world? How far will Innominate's power spread? When his domain expanded, I felt a faraway power suddenly come closer. It was enough to blot out the whole sky. I'm sure it's covered other towns too.
His domain has certainly extended to at least the entire populace of this country. Otherwise, what would be the point?
That means what happened at Port Zexen is happening everywhere.
Everyone is either a puppet, or...
dead by their own hands.
Innominate created this ideal hell in a single moment. That's the power we're up against.
So we few are standing against a truly monumental force.
This is your last chance to turn back.
Turn back to what exactly?
Forward or back, we're headed into hell either way.
At least this way, I'll have my own free will. I'd prefer a living damnation to that oblivion.
Well, don't come crying to me later.
Let's move along then.
Alright, and this is where we're...
So this is the result of their ceremony of suppression.
Seems that way. They've brought their peace to mankind.
Alright, let's save and we'll end it here, because this is a very cutscene heavy part of the game. I mean, they all are. It's a Tales game. Well, it's a Tales game, like, when you get to this point in the game, like, you notice that the cutscenes start becoming more and more active. Well, actually, what tends to happen in this playthrough, I notice, is that one episode will be a little less cutscene, while the other one isn't. So, okay, so we got the Amarcian. I believe that's the last place to go. Now, Amarcian is a reference to graces. I don't know all of them. Let's see here. Barbados. Yeah, I don't know that one. Norman, I mean, that's something here. I don't know that reference. A lot of them are references. There is one that's just a reference to Exilia. Do I have that one? No. Barbados. Huh. I don't have them all, because there's one that's just straight up Exilia, and it's like, has like a straight reference to, Elise, where it's like an island where the pinkest, I know words, of them all live. Anyway, let's start this expedition and end the episode. Hope you guys are enjoying Tales, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day.